అయినా పరిగెత్తుకుంటూ వెళ్ళా ఎండంగానే ఫోన్ తీసుకేసి ఎట్లా వెళ్ళా.
Check your audio and video settings, please. Guys, please check your audio and video settings, please. I want reply. 901. Guys, please respond in the chat box. Am I audible, guys? Yesterday we discussed about internationalization. That means we are able to print the messages as required. We are able to print the message as required. Yeah, let us see the flow of execution of international. Let us see the flow part, guys. Let us see the flow part. Yeah, as usually, we run the application. Super. Enters into main method. Because of this annotation, container is created. Takes the given class as configuration class. AppConfig.class as the configuration class. Okay, loads the class. Creates the object, makes it as a Spring Bean. And observe. In this example, no user-defined Spring Bean configured with the stereotype annotation. No component scan annotation is found. Did you notice it? No component scan annotation found. It looks for @bean method in configuration class and found one method. Fine, guys. So this method executed. This method returned object is what? Resource bundle message source object. What object? Resource bundle message source object. Okay. So this method return resource bundle message source object becomes what? Spring Bean. Becomes a Spring Bean. Shiva, from my side, no issue. Check your side. This method return resource bundle message source object becomes Spring Bean, guys. Simply literally becomes Spring Bean or not? I want reply, boss. Come on, everyone. Simply becomes Spring Bean or not? I want reply from you people. Yeah, now this is what is the fixed bean ID? Message source is the fixed bean ID, right, guys? Message source is the fixed bean ID. Okay. Message source is the fixed bean ID, guys. Yeah, now we fixed bean ID. Then tell me next one. 9 keeps that object. Only one object is created, keeps that object in the internal cache of IOC container. That's fine. 10. Container creation activities is completed, guys. Container 10. Reading language code and country code from the end user. HIIN. 11. Okay, no ctx.getBean. I am calling ctx.getMessage. Ctx.getMessage is method called. What is the message? Welcome.message. New object array Raja. No argument is there. Locale. Locale object is now pointing to what? HIIN. Locale object is pointing to HIN. Listen. So first it goes to the definition of the ctx.getMessage method. ctx.getMessage method internally calls ctx.getBean method having fixed bean ID message source. Having fixed bean ID message source. Is that clear, guys? Are already at the rate bean method. At the rate bean method, Spring bean ID is what? Method returned object bean ID is message source only, right? Message source. In that process, it gets the base name of the property file, that is com/nt/commons/app from the object. Alright, let us look at this. In this object, what I kept? In this object, what I kept, guys? Resource bundle message source class. Base name I kept, na boss. Base property file name I kept or not? Base file name I got it. So what's the base property file name and location? com/nt/app is the base property file name. Base name I got, guys. Next. Already in the ctx.getMessage method, locale object is given. That is pointing to HIN. Collects HIN, guys. Collects the given key and given locale object data from ctx.getMessage method. That is, key is welcome.message. Locale object is HIN. Okay. Tell me, guys. Base file name is there. Locale object data is there. Key is there. First, based on locale object data HIN, it will pick up the property file as base name underscore language code underscore country code. What's the base name? APP. What is the language code? HI. What is country code? IN. APP underscore HI underscore IN dot properties. APP underscore HI underscore IN dot properties. So property file is picked up, guys. So in this property file, the key will be submitted. In this property file, the key will be submitted. Come on, guys. Okay, it goes to that property file. Their key will be submitted, guys. APP underscore IN dot properties. Submits the key welcome dot message, guys. Submits the key welcome dot message in this locale specific property file and gets Unicode character base value. That is Subhuprabhat. So ultimately this is submitted and we got the value. Ultimately this is submitted, we got the value. So that value will go to return or as the return value of getMessage method, that is 16. As the return value of getMessage method, that is 16, right? Super, guys. And we are printing all the messages over here. We are simply printing all the messages over here. Same thing is repeated for remaining things also. All the messages are printed. At the end, we are closing the object. We are closing the container. Once we close the container, everything will be vanished or not. Is there any rocket science, guys? Is there any rocket science here? Suppose if I give wrong country code and locale code, it will go to what? Default one. What is default one? Base property file. What is the difference between ctx.getBean method and ctx.getMessage method? ctx.getBean method gives Spring Bean class object reference based on the given bean ID. Whereas ctx.getMessage method reads the message of given key from the property file that is activated based on the locale object that is given. That is activated based on the locale object that is given. ctx.getMessage method internally calls ctx.getBean method having fixed bean ID message source. Having fixed bean ID message source. Every ctx.getMessage method call definitely needs what? Name and location of the base property file. That is available in what? Resource bundle message source object. That's why getMessage method internally calls ctx.getBean method with the fixed binary message source so that it can get what? Resource bundle message source class object. From there it gets what? Name and location of Spring Bean configuration. Name and location of. Name and location of. Come on, guys. That's why it will get what? Name and location, guys. Shiva, problem is your side. Voice cut problem. Huh? From my side, no issue. Am I audible, guys? Guys, are you active? Guys, everyone, let me prove ctx.getMessage method internally using getBean method with a fixed bean ID. If I say theoretically that is not enough, it should be visible to everyone. I should prove it. Why ctx.getMessage is internally calling ctx.getBean method? GetMessage method should read the message from property file. Okay, but base file name, location, and name and location is there in which object? Resource bundle message source object. That's why it will call ctx.getBean method having fixed bean ID. Having fixed bean ID, you will get resource bundle message source object. From there, you will get what? Name and location of the base file. For that one, prefix and suffixes are appended. Okay, there messages he will be submitted, values will be gathered. He will be submitted, values will be gathered. Right, guys? Okay, now let me prove that. If you see that, if you open the source code, somewhere you will find, so ctx.getBean method is called having that fixed bean ID. Simply having that fixed bean ID. Is it not interesting, Rababu? Come on. Where is this, guys? 911 boot 1101. What is your batch code? 901 PB. Placement batch. 901 PB, guys. Yeah, I launched it. Let me get into the project. Yeah, last one topic is left. 1, 2 topics are left in our core module. Once that is over, I will straight away move to what? Spring Boot core module. Which module, guys? Spring Boot core module. Yes. Yeah, that's good, guys. Let's see, boss. Let's see what we are going to do here. Are you active, everyone? What is 33 into 33 multiplied by 5? multiplied with 4? What is 33 multiplied by 4? 33 multiplied by 4. Yes, boss. Everyone, please come back. I asked 133 multiplied with 4, not divided by Rababu. People are not listening class sincerely. Some people are giving division answer. Shame on you guys. Main boss, I18, 133, sorry, 33 multiplied with 4. What is the answer? 33 multiplied with 4. Yes, 33 only you take. 132 is the answer. Whoever given other than that, they are not listening class with serious notes, with seriousness. Okay, I'm opening the source code, get message. Okay, here is the definition, guys. Here is the definition. Get message source is there. Again, source code. And if you go to the top of the source code, guys, if you look at the top of the class, if you go to the top of the class, if you go to the top of the class, somewhere you can see that fixed bean ID. Somewhere you can definitely see very fixed bean ID. Very lengthy class it is. Go to the top of the class, guys. See, package imports only 100 are there, right? Package imports only 100 are there. See, guys, message source bean name. Message source is there, na, guys. The name of the bean in this context. None is supplied message relation delegated to the parent. So whatever it is, fixed bean ID is there. My theory and practical is matching numbers. Yes, matching. Okay, now let's get into today's discussion. May 15th. Let me arrange the content by date. Let me sort the content by date, guys. Do you want to save this content? Yes, I want to save this content. Yeah, this much slow. Why it is not saving? Yes, it got. Yeah, first one. What is the difference between BeanFactory and application context container? Only for interview sake, but in the classroom, in the real time, we always use application context because that's the best container. Because that is the best container, right? It is the object of a class that implements BeanFactory interface directly or indirectly. It is the object of a class that implements BeanFactory interface directly or indirectly. Is it not interesting, Rababu? Hmm. It is the object of a class that implements application context interface directly or indirectly. It is subset of application context container. Perfect. It is superset of BeanFactory container. It is superset of BeanFactory container. Clear, my dear? Perfect. Does not support pre-instantiation of singleton scope Spring Beans. Do you think it supports pre-instantiation of singleton scope Spring Beans? No. It supports only lazy instantiation. Unless until you call getBean method, no object creation takes place. Supports eager instantiation for singleton scope Spring Beans, guys. Definitely supports eager instantiation for singleton scope Spring Beans. Is it not interesting, Babu? Come on. Okay, guys. There is no support for property file and placeholders directly. Directly, we cannot work with placeholders and property file. Some extra configuration is required. There is direct support for property file and placeholders. We have direct support for, you configure, they will start working with that. No support for internationalization. Yes, there is a support for internationalization. Does not support event handling. Supports. Or it does in BeanFactory container, we cannot keep track of when container started, when container stopped, this kind of activity. In application context container, we can keep track of when IOC container is started, when IOC container is stopped. We can keep track of all these activities. Definitely, we can keep track of all these activities. Super, guys. Tell me. Does not give direct support for annotation driven configuration, 100% code driven configuration. Working with annotation directly not possible. It directly supports, guys. Allows only XML file as Spring Bean configuration file. Okay. Only XML file based inputs and instructions can be given to IOC container. Allows XML file as Spring Bean configuration file and configuration class. Java class annotated with configuration as the configuration class. Java class annotated with configuration as the configuration class. Are you getting my point there or not? Required in 100% code-driven configuration and Spring Boot programming. It is required in 100% code-driven configuration and Spring Boot program. Yeah, it takes XML file and also what? This one. Cannot think about using in Spring Boot programming. Spring Boot is full of annotations, guys. Required in Spring Boot programming. Suitable for in-memory and resource-sensitive application. Less memory is there, but you don't want to extend the memory. That time it is useful. Mostly used Spring container in most of the Spring and Spring Boot applications. This container cannot be stopped or closed. We cannot explicitly stop or close. This container can be stopped or closed or refreshed. And in CTX, we have methods. Direct methods are there. Okay. Resource object is required to Spring Bean configuration, file name and location. Can you pass Spring Bean configuration, file name and location directly in BeanFactory container? No. First, you have to create resource object having name and location of Spring Bean configuration file. Later, you have to pass, boss. Later, you have to pass. We can pass Spring Bean configuration file directly while creating this container. We can happily pass Spring Bean configuration file directly while creating this IOC container. Is that clear, guys? Directly while creating this container. Are you understanding my statement, boss? Come on. Next, lightweight container, bit heavyweight container. It's a lightweight, it's a heavyweight. Why it is lightweight, guys? Lightweight container and heavyweight container. Size wise, guys, size wise bit lightweight. Okay, now listen. Using BeanFactory container, we cannot keep track of when IOC container started, stopped, closed. That means no support for event handling. Using application context container, it is possible. For BeanFactory container, we can give inputs only through XML file. Whereas for application context container, we can give inputs to IOC container using only XML, XML plus annotation, or only Java code plus annotations. Both Spring Boot frameworks use same IOC container. In Spring programming, we can use both BeanFactory and application context container. In Spring Boot programming, only application context container is possible. Compared to application context IOC container, the BeanFactory container is lightweight IOC container, size towards memory utilization. Towards memory utilization in the RAM. Utilization in the RAM. Towards memory utilization in the RAM, guys. Towards memory utilization in the RAM. Perfect. Yeah, where should I use BeanFactory IOC container? And where should I use application context IOC container? Listen, boss. Listen. You are an engineer and you are not a software engineer. There should be a reason behind it. But generally, every engineer try to become software engineer. You are an engineering graduate and not doing software engineer. There will be strong reason for that. There will be strong reason behind that. Come on, guys. And you are a Gujarati and not doing the job. You are a Gujarati but not doing a job. There will be strong reason behind it. Come on, I want reply, boss. You are a Marwadi and not doing a business. There will be strong reason behind it. And you are a Muslim but not taking the non-vegetarian food. You are taking vegetarian food. There will be strong reason behind it. Yes or no? Na? You are a Tamilian but not speaking Tamil language. You are a Tamilian but not speaking Tamil language. There should be a strong reason for that. And you are developing Spring project or Spring Boot project and not using BeanFactory application context container. You must explain the reason to yourself. Because by default, we like to work with this application context container. If you are not using application context container, you should have a reason for not using so. You should have a reason for not using so. Super, guys. If Spring is used in memory sensitive applications, like mobile application, embedded system application, where one or two few extra kilobytes also matters, then prefer BeanFactory container. If Spring is used in web application, distributed application, enterprise application, where memory utilization does not matter, then prefer using application context container. Spring is not popular in mobile and embedded system application. Spring Boot frameworks are known known for developing enterprise application. So prefer using application context container as your first choice container. First choice container. Okay. In latest Spring Boot offering, always prefer working with application context container. If you are not using that container, you must have proper reason to convince yourself. You must have proper reason to convince yourself, right? What is the difference between IOC and dependency injection? I think already I discussed this. IOC and dependency injection, I already discussed this. What I discussed, guys? IOC is a software specification providing set of rules and guidelines to manage the dependency between target and dependent classes. And dependency lookup, dependency injection are the two implementation models of IOC. Are based on the rules and guidelines only. Dependency injection, dependency lookup models are given where we can arrange it dependent to target by using one or other technique. So IOC is a theory, guys. Dependency lookup and dependency injections are the practicals. IOC is like a Java course brochure paper, guys. Only plan and topic names will be there. Java faculties are the real people who actually conduct the classes. So Java faculties are like DIDL, dependency injection and dependency lookup. And IOC is like a course plan. IOC is like course plan. IOC is like building plan and okay. Dependency lookup and dependency injections are what? Real buildings that are constructed. Real buildings that are constructed, my dear. In IOC container for 100% code-driven configuration, if we cannot give certain inputs or instruction through Java code and annotation, then how to pass such special instructions to IOC container? Let us assume I have some requirement, that requirement related inputs or instruction. I cannot pass through Java statement, I cannot pass through annotation. Then what should I do? Okay, when you realize they can be passed through XML file, you pass through XML file, but link XML file with the configuration. Because in 100% code-driven configuration, tell me guys, all inputs and instructions to IOC container is given through which class? Configuration class. But some of the instructions are not possible. You decided to pass through XML. Then you have to link XML with container, but you don't link directly, boss. You link XML file with the configuration class. Already configuration class is linked with the container. So indirectly, XML file is also linked with IOC container or not. Indirectly, XML file is also linked with IOC container or not. I want reply, my dear. I want reply, my dear. Very simple, guys. We can use these special instructions to IOC container through XML file, Spring Bean configuration file, generally application context.xml. By linking the file with the configuration class using @reports import resource annotation. Import resource annotation. Listen, application context.xml special instructions. Okay, now I'm linking that one with what? @import resource com/nt/cfz/application context.xml. What .xml, guys? application context.xml, right, boss? Are you getting my point? Yeah, how to link XML file? How to link XML file? By using import resource. By using import resource, right? Okay. First, prefer giving all inputs and instructions to IOC container using Java code plus annotations. Simply by using Java code plus annotation. If they are not sufficient, then think about going for Spring Bean configuration file by linking with the configuration class using @report resource annotation. By using @import resource annotation. Clear, my dear? Array can't but situations. So such situations will come, sir. Yes, we have 1-2 situation, guys. That's why I'm teaching this point. Sir, why are you teaching all these things? We are happy giving in all inputs and instructions through annotations and Java statements, right? Why are you giving all these things? - 100% code-driven configuration, nothing but Java config approaches. Nothing but Java config approach. Is that clear? There are situations, guys. Okay, now I'll show the situation, and today I'm going to solve the problem using that situation. Okay. I hope you remembered everyone. Strategy design pattern application. When Flipkart is having multiple courier services, right? When Flipkart is having multiple courier services, right, boss? We have we got the ambiguity problem. We got the ambiguity problem, right? And we solved that. We solved the ambiguity problem. Come on, guys. And we solved the ambiguity problem. We solved the ambiguity problem. I want reply. That ambiguity problem. And we solved the ambiguity problem. and that problem is solved by using @qualifier annotation. I have given 3 solutions, but I said best is qualifier. But one problem is there with qualifier. Whenever you want to change from one dependent to another dependent, somehow you are forced. Somehow you are forced, right, guys? Somehow you are forced to work with what? Somehow you are forced to work with what? Somehow you are forced to modify what? I want reply. Somehow you are forced to modify. Somehow you are forced to modify source code of the target class. Now see, feel the problem again. Strategy design pattern, Meven Spring, guys. Okay. Pros, what is the number? 10. Pros 10. Strategy DP, Meven Spring. Right now, I want to achieve loose coupling. Loose coupling, guys. You have to listen carefully. Immediately, I have not launched solution because so far we don't know how to work with property file. Now we got the knowledge of dealing with property file, right, guys? Now we really got the knowledge of dealing with what? Property file. Okay. So definitely, zero 10. Yeah, 0 10 has come. 1 minute. Let me make it 10 0. Then it will come at the bottom. Perfect. Come to this place. Okay, first let me explain the problem, guys. What is the problem? SBeans, guys, qualifier, go to flipkart.java. Who is the qualifier? In the qualifier, what is there? Blue dot is there. Go to main class, strategy DP test, guys. Run as Java application. Run as Java application. Run as Java application. Yeah, tell me what is the what we are getting? Blue dot. We are getting blue dot or not? We are getting blue dot. Are you understanding my statement, boss? We are getting blue dot, right? Okay, now I don't like blue dot services, guys. I really did not like blue dot services. What should I do? Go to source code, guys. Here is what? DHL. Here is my DHL. Right, was strategy DP test. Run as Java application. Run as Java application, right? Are ready to deliver using DHL courier service. Using DHL courier service. Using DHL courier service. Okay, but I'm touching the source code now, boss. Touching the source code is not encourageable. Why? Sometimes we deliver without source code to client organization. We deliver the code to client organization, right now, boss, without source code. Without source code, that is very, very bad. That is very, very bad. Come on, guys. That is really, really bad or not, guys? Okay, that means we want to change from one dependent to another dependent, but we don't want to touch. We don't want to touch anything, guys. So for that purpose, we have to try multiple options, but somehow final solution is working only with what? Somehow final solution is working only with final solution is working only with XML involvement. Okay, let me try whatever thoughts you got. Let me try, guys. So first, what is your thought? Basic thought is what? Don't hard code bean ID in Flipkart class. Place in property file. Link that property file to application. Collect from property file and use it. This is your basic, right? Okay. The moment you got the thought, I am doing the same thing. Okay, let's see. Package com.nt.commons. Perfect. There. Here I'm taking, what is this? File, guys, not the phone. You have to focus. You have to focus. All known things, but something is not possible. That's why you have to go for XML. Info.properties. Yes. Okay. Now here, what is this? Courier.id. Courier.id blue dot. Courier.id blue dot. I know the immediate thought what you get is first configure this property file. Okay. Now I am configuring this property file. At the rate property source. At the rate property source. com/nt/commons/ tell me, guys, info.properties. Info.properties. This is the one thing we did. Fine. So first I will rule out all thoughts what you get. Right. Now I'm not hard coding, guys. So I will write at the rate qualifier. At the rate qualifier. Dollar floor bracket open closing. Okay. I'm not hard coding. I'm trying to collect from this. Courier.id. At the rate qualifier. Dollar courier.id. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on. Got the clarity? At the rate qualifier. Dollar courier.id. Dollar courier.id. Is that clear, my dear? Understanding my statement? Yeah. See, we thought it will work. Actually, if this works, big headache gone. But the problem is, it says, you can work with placeholders only in the at the rate value annotation. You cannot place placeholders wherever you want, guys. You may exit to use boss, but somehow it does not allow to place the placeholders. It does not allow to place the placeholders, right? Check it out. Still problem is not solved, guys. Still problem is not solved. Okay, expecting one meaning, but qualifier annotation is not there, guys. Still injection is not done. Still injection is not done, right, boss? It is trying to inject this bean ID. It is not treating as this one. It is looking for a dependent whose bean ID is this. Meaningless, no, boss. It is not recognizing it as a placeholder. So that's why I'm saying what? Invalid. Invalid. Okay, because whatever basic thoughts you get, I'm sorting out all the invalid because. Invalid because placeholder can be placed only in at the rate value annotation. That is the reason why it got failed. Okay, होशियार को इशारा काफी है. So with that ishara, he got another thought. What is another thought? Okay, don't place directly, my dear. Here I am placing at the rate value. Come on, guys. At the rate value, open parenthesis and closing parenthesis. Control plus shift plus 4. After importing package also, I'm still getting red color. What is the red color? Cannot convert value to string. Qualifier expecting string was, but you pass it in the form of annotation. Do you think it's possible? So since it's expecting string, guys, I have kept like this. And here I used a single quote. Here I used a single quote, right? So we are thinking that this should work. We are simply thinking that it should work, guys, right? Strategy DP test enter key. No qualifying bean of type. Expected single matching not coming. Why, sir? Why, sir? Invalid. Why it is invalid, guys? Any guesses? Invalid. Because at the rate value cannot be placed in. At the rate value cannot be placed in. At the rate at the rate value cannot be placed in. It's clear why it is invalid. This is also got a great thought. Okay, sir, I don't give up, sir. Cannot be placed in qualifier annotation. It should be used independently, then only injection is possible. Okay, now I'm going to use great thought, guys. Tell me. Private string ID. First, I will inject here. No one can stop this. Dollar floor bracket engine dot ID. Dollar floor bracket engine dot ID. That's good thought, guys. Okay, after that, what I'm doing, do you know? What I'm planning to do, you know? Here at the rate auto wide. Here is what? At the rate qualifier. Here is at the rate auto wide and here is at the rate qualifier. At the rate auto wide and at the rate qualifier. Here, what is this, guys? Oh, it is not engine.id, yeah? It is courier.id, right? Array, whatever it is. Okay, I'm passing that variable courier ID here. Control plus shift plus O. What is this? Create annotation qualifier. Change to qualifier. Okay, whatever it is. See, guys, I'm still getting red color. It is not allowing to pass variable here. It is not allowing to pass variable. It is saying that I need String content. But if I pass string content, it looks for what? That dependent whose bean ID is ID. But I want to present ID as a variable, guys. I want to present ID as a variable. Did you notice that, guys? I want to present ID as a variable, right, guys? Typecasting with the stringer. Okay, 1 minute. Can you do typecasting within the variables? Within the annotations, can we do typecasting? And typecasting is possible when you go for assignment, right? Can you do typecasting within annotations? Not possible. So even this is also invalid now, boss. Invalid. Invalid because, tell me, we cannot pass. Invalid because we cannot pass, right, boss? Invalid because we cannot pass. Variables, variable name in qualifier annotation. So ultimately, whatever thoughts we got, they are failing. If you got any other thoughts, let me know. If you got any other thoughts, please let me know. If you got any other thoughts, please let me know. If you got any other thoughts, let me know. I will try them also. So overall, with Java code, not possible, boss. Possible through XML, guys. Someone said that plus stringer. Okay, 1 minute. Some person has got another idea. Basically, you cannot. Let me try. I too never got the thought. If this works, guys. Concatenation operator can we use in annotation? In string manipulation, you can use, not in annotations, right? Not in annotations, we cannot use that. Basically, variables names we cannot pass, right? Pass. So it's not working. It's not working. Okay, okay. As you said, here is a slash slash. Okay. Invalid. Cannot do string concatenation. 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 Concat. String concatenation work in the annotations. Can we do string concatenation inside the annotations, boss? Can we do string concatenation work inside the annotations? I want reply. There is no option of typecasting. No question of typecasting, right? Already we are using application context container, boss. Already we are using application context. Fine. Okay, now tell me, I tried a number of things like you people. Nothing is working out except involving XML file. Except involving XML file. Actually, I collect bean ID from property file to XML file. In XML file, For that bean ID, I will give one fixed alias name. Alias name means what? Nickname, alternate name. Come on, guys. Nickname, alternate name is called alias name, boss. Nickname. And as of now, there is no annotation in Spring to provide the alias name. Alias name is possible only through XML. I collect bean ID dynamically from property file to XML file. There I give fixed alias name. And I used that fixed alias name in qualifier annotation. I used that fixed alias name in qualifier annotation. This is my requirement. Got it? Sir, we can do same aliasing concept in annotation also. Na? As of now, there is no annotation to provide alias name. Alias name is alternate name to bean ID. We can access Spring Bean either by using bean ID or its alias name. For human beings also, nicknames will be there, alias names will be there. My name is Natras, but in my family, people calls with a different name, right? Chinna, Munna, Kanna. Your name is X, but your girlfriend calls you Sonu, Sona, baby, so many other names, right? Gold, diamond, Hira. A number of names will be there as nicknames or not. Kanna, Munna, Chinna, Bujji, Babu, Sonu. I think in Hindi, what is that? Sonu na? Sonu, Sona, right? So you will respond when you call with your original name. You will also respond when you call with alias name, right? Yeah, but that aliasing, for that aliasing, to create such alias name, as on today, there is no annotation. So that is possible only through XML. Okay, that's why I'm going to take XML, guys. But listen, boss, XML tag, Spring tags of XML are predefined. They are there in schema namespaces. What is that? XML schema namespaces. If you want to use tags of those XML schema namespaces, we have to import the namespaces. And every namespace is identified with its what? Namespace URI. Every namespace is identified with its namespace URI. Okay, first see, guys. New package com.nt.cfcs configurations. Right. There XML file. New others, search for XML. Search for XML, guys, XML file. Say next. Any name I can give, guys, but I'm preferring to take application context.xml. Say next, say finish. But the problem is, if we get empty XML file, is there any use? Okay, I'm going to use two tags of two namespaces. One is beans namespace, other one is context namespace. From the internet, you have to search and import that namespaces. That's a purely copy-paste operation. Don't dare to type on your own. Don't dare to type on your own, right? Spring Bean configuration file, example with context namespace. What namespace, guys? Context namespace. Okay. We got it, guys. Here, Control F, Spring context. See here, guys. Spring context.xsd is there. Already XML is there. Without worrying much, just copy paste. After pasting, 1 2 red marks will come, then ignore them. Don't worry. Context to namespace. Close the bean stack. Simply close the bean stack. Simply close the bean stack. Sir, red marks are coming. Just ignore them. Just ignore them. Nothing to worry anything. Nothing to worry anything. Just ignore the things. Ignore everything, each and every aspect. Yeah, red marks are coming up. Don't worry, ignore it. Fine. Now listen carefully. If we configure properties file using annotation, it can be used in Java classes. But if we configure property file in XML file, it can be used in XML file and annotations. It can be used in XML file and Java classes, right? Okay. That's why first what I'm doing is configure properties file. Context colon property placeholder location is equal to com/nt/commons/ come on guys, application context dot x. Okay, now since I configured here, is there any need of configuring here? No need of configuring here. I can comment this. Because if I configure in XML, it can be used in both XML file and Java. This is comment, guys. Provide alias name for the dependent Spring Bean. For dependent Spring Bean ID collected from the properties. Collected from the property file. Listen, Bean ID I'm not going to hard code. We have a tag called alias. Okay, fixed alias name I am giving, guys. What is that? Shipping. Fixed alias name. Fixed alias name, right, boss? Fixed alias name. Array, this is English error, Babu. Comment also you are seeing errors, great fellows. Yeah, but for array shipping is alias name for which one? B dot. Okay, for B dot shipping belongs alias name. Okay, next DTDC. For DTDC shipping belongs alias name. See guys? See my dear? Okay. Fine, boss. You go to Flipkart. Here you use @qualifier. Everyone should concentrate. @qualifier shipping. Shipping has become alias name. Shipping. Okay, now tell me. But did I link this XML file with the configuration class? No. How to link, my dear? @import resource. @import resource. com/nt/cfz/ what is this? Application context dot xml. com/nt/cfz/ application context dot xml. Okay, now you run the application, guys. Still application is not over, boss. Not over. Don't worry. Okay. Still we are getting error. Why error? File not found exception. Yeah, it is not commons, boss. It is a CFZs. I have given wrong location. Yeah, CFZs only. com/nt/CFZs. It is saying file not found exception. File not found class path resource com/nt/application context dot xml. But I have not written application context dot xml like this. I kept in CFZs, guys. I kept in CFZs. What's happening? What's happening, guys? File not found exception, it does not exist. File not found exception because it does not exist. But I have taken application context.xml here. Just clean the project once, guys. Because I have given one location, but it is taking from other location. Very bad. Very bad, guys. Very bad. Could not load properties. Could not load properties. Okay, property file configuration, any issue? This is the mistake, guys. Sorry. Here we should specify name of the properties file. Forgot, guys? Name of the info.properties. Here you should give name and location of the property file. That's why it is got hurted. Array, this is property file configuration now was. Okay. Yeah, strategy DP test, guys. Yeah, right now, what is the one I passed in the XML file? DTDC. You run the output of the application. You look at the output of the application. Who is the dependent, guys? DTDC is delivering it. That means it's working now. But here again, I don't want to hard code. XML file also, I don't want to hard code. Only changes I want to do in property file. Let's see what I'm doing. Very interesting. I'm not hard coding. I'm trying to get this bean ID from property file through placeholder. What is this? $courier.id. Courier.id. In property file, what is the bean ID, guys? Courier.id. What is there, guys? Courier.id. Alias is equal to shipping, guys. Okay, now listen. You run the application. Here, what is there? Info.properties. Blue dot is there. So, who is the dependent now? Blue dot. Products are delivered using blue dot. Okay, I'm not going to touch XML file or property file. Here I passed DHL. Here I passed DHL. Strategy DP test. Strategy DP test. I'm able to achieve 100% loose coupling. DHL courier service. Are you able to feel the 100% loose coupling or not? Come on. So what is the link, guys? What is the link, guys? What is the link? Property file to XML file. Only key. Bean ID of the dependent. For that one, alias name is given. That is fixed alias name. Whatever the dependent bean ID, fixed alias name. Right, was fixed alias name. That alias name we have placed in qualifier annotation. Problem in solving the ambiguity problem using qualifier annotation. Whatever solutions I have given, those solutions, directly placing placeholder with value annotation, injecting to variable and passing bean ID, all these are not going to work out. Solving the ambiguity problem using qualifier annotation plus Spring Bean configuration plus Spring Bean ID alias name plus property file. See, guys, what I'm going to do. In property file, I configured, this is a simple example, guys. Example 1. DTDC alias is equal to shipment. So wherever you want to use DTDC, you can use shipment, guys. Okay. Yeah, listen. We can get bean ID from property file to Spring Bean configuration file in order to provide alias name for it. Check it out what I have done. First what happened? A XML file is linked with the configuration class. That's good. B from the property file. Property file is collecting content from what? Property file is configured. That is B. C, guys. See, guys. From the property file, the bean ID came to alias tag. What will come? DHL blue dot DTDC. For that one, this is fixed bean ID. And that fixed bean ID alias name, that fixed bean ID or alias name, I pass it to qualifier annotation. Okay, what's happening, guys? Tomorrow I decided not to work with the DTDC. I'm going to change it to DHL here or blue dot here or some other bean ID here. That automatically comes here For that one shipment becomes alias name. So that same shipment I can continue. So that same shipment I can continue. Is it not interesting, Rababu? Once again, I change it to blue dot. So now for blue dot shipment becomes what? Alias name. Same shipment is here. So instead of injecting to what? Injecting from DTDC, now it will inject blue dot. Perfect. Suppose, I want reply from you people, guys. Suppose, I want reply from you people. Here I change it to B dot. So here B dot come. Shipment becomes alias name for B dot. And same B dot comes here when you mention shipment. So then what happens, guys? We are able to change from one dependent to another dependent without touching the source code. But for that, one XML involvement is there or not? Definitely XML involvement is there or not? A, link XML file with configuration class. B, link property file with XML file. Both are configuration. C, it reads bean ID to the key of alias tag. It reads bean ID to the key of alias tag. That is C. Okay, for that bean ID, shipment belongs alias name. And the same shipment is written in Flipkart class. Same shipment is written in Flipkart class. So what happens, guys? So what happens? Happily shipment will take place or not, guys? Everyone understood, guys? I think you understood the flow. From the property file, bean ID is collected. BTDC collected. For that one, shipment becomes alias name. And same shipment is placed here. But thing is, this is fixed. That because of this is fixed. But time to time, when I change bean ID, dependent bean ID, okay, for that one, shipment becomes alias name or not? For that one, shipment becomes alias name or not? So I'm not changing bean ID, okay, in the alias tag. Okay, I'm passing from property file. That means what? Time to time, bean ID is changing, alias name is fixed. Yeah, Shashi Kumar, in can't but situation, there is no wrong of using XML. In can't but situation, you have to use XML. There are few things still annotations are not available. In that situation, no option, you have to depend upon XML. You have to depend upon XML. The property file configured in Java classes using property source annotation can be used only in Java classes. Whereas the property file configured in XML file can be used in both XML and Java classes. Right. Keep strategy DP application ready. Configure the, okay, take a property file, add the bean ID. Okay, fine. Courier.id. Add Spring Bean configuration file in some folder. Okay, there properties file configuration and the bean ID. For the bean ID, shipment is the fixed alias. Okay, how to collect this XML file, guys? Importing the namespace, collect from internet. Select from internet. From this URL or this URL, you can collect from it. but this is compulsory. Context is important. Yes, okay, here's some explanation. XML namespace is a library that contains set of XML tags. To use tags of namespace, we must import the namespace. These are like importing Java packages to Java application in order to use classes of that package in our application. Popular XML namespace in Spring programming are Beans, Context, AOP, Util, MVC. So right now I'm using context, guys. For every namespace, there will be namespace URI and XSD file, XML schema definition file, and we must import them in the top. But it's always copy paste activity, guys. Beans namespace, it's a URI, everything is fixed, the last word is changing. Beans, this is XSD file. Context, it's XSD file. JW, it's XSD file. Exactly, we have imported that one only. Check it out. I'm saying I'm using Beans namespace, context namespace, Beans namespace, Beans namespace URI, it's XSD file. Context namespace URI and it's XSD file. But don't type, guys, copy paste. Link the Spring Bean configuration file with the configuration class configure. Okay, in qualifier annotation, keep the fixed alias name. That is qualifier shipment. Okay, run the client application, guys. Run the client application, right, boss? Run the client application by changing the bean ID time to time in the property. So like this, we are able to okay. Like this, we are able to change from one dependent to another dependent without touching the source code, guys. Without touching the source code. Listen, what's the conclusion? To link configuration file with configuration class, import resource. XML file with configuration class, import resource. Sometimes, instead of writing bigger one configuration class, we try to write multiple configuration class and we try to link one with each other. We try to link one with each other, right? Okay, that time to link one configuration class with another configuration class. Import annotation. See, I don't want to keep all layers, all @bean method in one configuration class. Main activity, one configuration class. Service layer, one configuration class. DAO layer, one configuration class. Right, boss? Okay, that time to link one configuration class with another configuration class, we should use what? @import annotation. @import annotation. Is that clear, boss? Okay. Is that clear, boss? I want reply from you. Yes. Like this, we made our code as 100% loosely coupled code. Is it not interesting, boss? But we have used XML in content situation. You try maximum to work with Java statements and annotation. If something is highly impossible, then only you have to bring annotations into picture. I hope you understood the rhythm. Property file to XML file as bean ID. For that bean ID, fixed alias name. That fixed alias name is passed in qualifier tag of Spring Bean configuration file. So indirectly, property file bean ID is passed in what? Qualifier annotation. Property file is passed in what? Qualifier annotation. Are you getting my point there? Yesterday notes is not shared, boss. What the hell you are talking? I think I shared. 9 a.m. Spring Core 14th May changed na boss. Share. File upload. Class content, Spring 901. 901. Tell me. Spring Core. 901 Spring Core. This is my May. What is today's discussion, guys? So 901 Spring Core 50. And we are also solving the Spring. Okay, one last topic is pending, that is Spring Bean life cycle, that I will take up when we meet in next class. Thank you, my dear. I'll share at the end of this.